Hello, I am Karam Saify, a data scientist at Agricom. We are an interdisciplinary team that builds AgriSync AI to expand access to high quality forecasts for growers and buyers who lack deep historical data. Our thesis is simple. In volatile food systems, market and macro context translated into accessible guidance beats farm archives that many smallholders do not have. Problem and transparency need. Agriculture faces market volatility, climate shocks, and even fragmented technology. More than 90% of farmers still operate without scientific decision support, contributing to misallocated inputs and food loss and waste around 40% annually, valued at more than 2.6 trillion euros according to FAO. Food loss occurs throughout the chain. Evidence from advanced context that UC Davis reporting shows that even with regulations and agri-tech, the same drivers persist. Erratic demand, logistics frictions, and limited access to timely interpretable signals. For smallholders, thin records means missed buying windows, half full trucks, and stress cash flow. Tools that require long farm histories fail on volatility spikes. AgriSync AI inverts the approach, starts from the external context, climate, trade, macro, and market prices, and lightly personalized with few field attributes. Each forecast includes a brief driver card so team can understand why a change is expected and act accordingly. Design principles of our platform. We designed our platform for access and accessibility, minimal burden, maximal context, explainability, and portability. Minimal burden by onboarding a new crop in about 2 minutes. No large data handovers. Maximal context by feeding our model global signals. No data collection programs to start. Explainability: a 30-second driver's card enables accountable decisions. Portability: forecast delivered via WhatsApp, low data UI, and Excel. No new app to learn. Equity and access: a freemium tier ensures small or low tech users are not excluded. Every pilot includes onboarding and translated documentation. Modeling approach. Our three engine, one forecast model. We integrated three complementary models like seasonality learner, which is a temporal convolutional network which captures weekly seasonalities and long range effects across about 52 weeks with multi exogenous inputs, price, climate summaries, macro, shock detector, which is a variational autoencoder that compresses signals into a latent vector that is later used to reweight our forecast during anomalies. Concise and resistance to double counting. Market network model, graphical neural network that represents how upstream shock spills over the trade and logistic links. So useful signal reach data poor users, node signals refresh daily, trade proxies weekly, forecasts are served weekly. The design keeps inference lightweight, enabling access on low bandwidth channels. Our data foundation, lead lag, and cold start. We combine macroeconomic, climate, market prices, trade, and even sentiments with a few farm inputs like variety, planting date, growth stage. Streams are cleaned and normalized, and then imputed interpolation or a variation autoencoded assistant seasonality encoded and tested for lead lag. We look lead only when it improves our sample RSME. Otherwise, we stay neutral. Cold start if local details are unknown. We default city by crop priors, widen confidence band, and prompt for one extra input. A graceful degradation that preserves access rather than blocking users. Measuring and maintaining accuracy. We evaluate what practitioners experience. MSE and RSME in euros penalizes large misses that erode margins. MAE, robust average deviation, with MWMAPE, volume weighted fairness, so high volume skews guide optimization. Directional accuracy, correct up or down calls for trade decisions. Event response, performance around holidays, policy shifts, heat waves, and even logistics distribution. For cross crop fairness, we use a balanced forecast score with stated weights and sensitivity checks. Raw metrics by horizon are available. We also track adoption and impact KPIs, forecast to decision rate, driver comprehension, time to action, waste per ton. Access to accurate AI only creates when people act. To sustain accuracy, we monitor a VAE reconstruction error, material increase trigger, a scheduled retrain on the latest window with community approved cadence. Governance and privacy and data ownership. Farmers own their data, without exceptions. Collection via WhatsApp is ingress encrypted. Message metadata is not reused for modeling. Any farmer level data for correlation is normalized, encrypted, and segregated. The platform is GDPR compliant, aligned with and participates in ISO TC 347 for agricultural data governance. Driver cards keeps output explainable, supporting accessible, auditable decisions. Equity in access and delivery. Equity is a design choice, not a subside alone. API and analytics, partners and integration across subsides, the freemium tier covering support at cooperative scale. Day to day farmers use WhatsApp or low data UIs. Coordinates and buyers rely on Excel reports. Onboarding and translating documentation ensure literacy or language, not a barrier to access. Outcomes and external validity. Across pilot, teams moved purchases earlier, rerouted shipments based on demand signals, and reduced write offs and waste. These effects arise from the combination of context first modeling, concise driver explanation, and accessible delivery through familiar low bandwidth tools. Rollout is a modular. Begin with one region, two crops, one buyer window. Standardize features and transfer learning, shorten time to value. Playbooks covering training and communication. GIS and logistics models support route planning and inventory optimization. The roadmap is a self adaptive system that selects input and model blends per crop, season, and geography, keeping access consistent as scope grows. Our clear closing with four invitations. Pilot minimal data onboarding. We will share a concise, scored accuracy, plus adoption plus waste indicators for a clear go or no go. API light integration into your advisory or market information channel. Open benchmark collaborations. We will publish an anonymized series with event flags so peers can run standard baselines. Join the advisory loop to co-review drift triggers, fairness test, and BFS weights. AgriSync AI turns market-level intelligence into farm-level action, delivered in accessible format that smallholders can act use. Thank you. I welcome your questions and critical feedback.